Hello again, friends, and welcome into another edition of Wrestling with Rusty right here on YouTube for August 29th, 2022. Sorry for the delay. This is a review of last night's Night 2 of the NWA 74 anniversary event, which happened on August 28th, 2022. But I've had some medical issues and I've got some lighting issues, so please forgive me if this video is a little darker than usual. I don't know how it's going to turn out once I upload it to YouTube. If it's darker than usual, please forgive me. Come back to the channel for better videos in the future in terms of technical quality. I'll have more lighting, I promise, for the next one. Let's get right into it. Hang on one second. Let me bring up my notes here. Oh, that's the wrong note. Hang on. Okay, I got the notes up now. I didn't do the pre-show. I just did the pay-per-view itself for Night 2, August 28, 2022, which was last night, Sunday. Joe Galli, Velvet Sky, and Tim Storm opened the broadcast from the commentary table. The first match saw a 2 out of 3 falls match with Colby Corino and Caprice Coleman. Fall number 1 went to Coleman. He suckered Corino in a takedown, driving his face into the mat. Colby transitioned for a cross-face chicken wing submission. Corino tapped quickly to preserve his health so that he wouldn't be hurt for the rest of the match. Caprice Coleman takes fall number 1. In fall number 2, Corino tried to use a foreign object to punch Coleman. Coleman anticipated and attacked for a triple rolling Northern Lights suplex maneuver. If I saw that, I would know what it is, but I can't tell you what it is off the top of my head. The impact of the object was not loose from Corino's hand. Coleman picked it up, and the referee took it away. In the distraction, Corino hit a style clash, which is like an AJ Styles splash, for those of you that know who AJ Styles is. And Corino pinned Coleman for fall number 2. In the third and deciding fall, Corino won with a sunset flip, like what he's calling a magistrational bomb. This was a pretty good match in my opinion. Colby Corino is a good worker. Caprice Coleman, I worked with him on one show years ago on the independent circuit. Caprice Coleman, by trade, is an ordained minister and a pastor. So this is not his full-time job. His other part-time job in wrestling is color commentator for Ring of Honor when they have pay-per-views. But Caprice Coleman's a good dude. Colby Corino put on a good match as well. I give this match, out of 5 stars, 3 stars. We then saw a 20-team battle royal, or 10-team battle royal rather, 20 men total, for the rebranding of the United States Tag Team Championships that's coming back to the NWA. I saw the belts. They look pretty good. I couldn't see the front of them too good, but from what I could see from the straps themselves, they're very patriotic looking straps. To be honest with you, I prefer the Jim Crockett Promotions United States Tag Team belt design with the orange strap and the gold, and then the USA on the front. But in this case, it's a little bit different design. But that's Billy Corrigan's prerogative since it's his company. In that battle royal, to make a long story short, the Fixers, Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky, win to become the first Billy Corrigan-led era United States Tag Team Champions. Going on to the next match, before the next match, we had Matt Cardona addressing the fans about his loss the night before to Rolando Freeman, who's this little short dude that just came into the company. He looks like he's maybe 98 pounds soaking wet. He kind of reminds you of a male version of AEW's Riho, even though Riho seems to be gone now, but it's that Japanese girl that weighs about 98 pounds. But anyway, this Rolando Freeman reminds you of a Riho type, as small as he is. And Matt Cardona claims that he will redeem himself and to watch out if you're Rolando Freeman. I forgot to give my review on the Battle Royal, the star rating. I give this 3 out of 5 stars. Too many people in the Battle Royal. Now, in regards to Matt Cardona's promo, that wasn't nothing special. Give it 2 out of 5 stars. Then we had, in the next match, Magic Jake Damas defeated Mercurio. CJ, who is the real name of Christy Janes, who was a female that competed in AEW at one point, is now the valet for Magic Jake Damas. And Magic Jake wins over Mercurio after a stupid magic trick thing into a torture rack type slam to get the win. Then we see a cross promotion match where we saw MLW, Major League Wrestling, have the MLW National Openweight Championship champion Davey Richards against Thrillbilly Cyrus with Paulo Del Mar. I'll be back to talk about Paulo Del Mar in a minute. But in the end, Davey Richards defeats Thrillbilly Cyrus. I'm a big fan of Davey Richards, not a big fan of Thrillbilly Cyrus, and certainly not a fan of Del Mar. I'll explain the Del Mar issue toward the end of the video. I give this match 2 stars. This might have been your pee break match of the night, or certainly one of them. We then see Joe Galley, who unexpectedly proposed to his girlfriend in the ring, and she said yes. And this was not an angle. It's Joe Galley's real-life girlfriend, who is a school teacher. He proposed to her on the broadcast. The only person that knew about it was NWA owner Billy Corgan. We then see Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon, 2 members of the Four Horsemen, come to celebrate the 74th anniversary in an NWA ring and gave a promo to the crowd. There's not a greater value for the fans' dollar than professional wrestling, J.J. Dillon said. And the fans really appreciated both Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon, 2 NWA legends and 2 class acts, Barry Windham and J.J. Dillon. That was a great promo. I give it 5 stars. We then see Tom Latimer talk about EC3, and as an altercation happened, a couple of guys whose names I don't know that are part of the Control Your Narrative wrestling promotion that EC3 and Braun Strowman, Adam Scherr are involved with, and not Adam Scherr himself, but a couple of other guys that are involved with that promotion, came out and beat up Tom Latimer. So apparently they're shooting an angle between Control Your Narrative and the NWA for the future. We then see the NWA National Championship defended again, as this time the champion from last night, Scion, retained his title against Anthony Mayweather, the former Crimson. Austin Idol was in Scion's corner For those of you wondering, Austin Idol is not the real dad of Scion. He is only the dad to Scion in storyline. I give this match... Oh, let me go back to the Tom Latimer and EC3 confrontation. It was an old school angle. I give it 5 stars. I'm sorry, I forgot that. The match between Scion and Anthony Mayweather, I give 3 stars. Then we see the NWA Women's Tag Team Championship, Pretty Empowered, which is Ella Envy and Kenzie Page, the champions, retain their title against the Hex, which is Allison Kay and Marty Bell, in a King's Highway Street Fight, which is a fancy name of saying, let's get chairs and Legos and a bunch of other crap and throw it in the ring, and kendo sticks, and have a fight instead of a wrestling match. I give this, all in all, this was a great match for what it was. I'm just tired of seeing anything goes matches like that where you can use anything in the ring. It's being done too much in all of wrestling these days, and I think they need to cut down on it a little bit, not only for the safety of the wrestlers, but for the overdoing of the fans that buy the tickets and or the pay-per-views. However, at least they did not do thumbtacks like most anything goes matches these days. At least they did only Legos instead of thumbtacks. So that was good to see. In any case, Ella Envy and Kenzie Page retain the NWA Women's Tag Team Championship. Then we had the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Homicide retained his title against Ricky Morton. This was a great match stemming from last night's title defense of Homicide when Homicide battled Ricky's son, Kerry Morton. Homicide wins both nights against both Mortons. The first night against Kerry Morton, the second night against Ricky Morton. Homicide is still your NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion. I give this match 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really understand the end. It looked like it was a little messed up. Not sure about that. But in any case, Homicide retains the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship. Homicide's doing real good with that belt. Even though I was not a Homicide fan before, I'm becoming a Homicide fan. We then see a great match between Nick Aldis and Flip Gordon. They, of course, did the great old-style match and a few flips in there by Flip Gordon. And in the end, we then see Aldis win over Flip Gordon, and it looked like to me that they are working toward a future feud between Aldis and Flip Gordon. No word on whether that is in fact the case, but the match was a really good match. I hope they do continue this angle. We then see a Missouri Tornado tag team match as Kratos and Pope defeated Aaron Stevens and Rodney Mack. In a Falls Count Anywhere tornado match as Kratos sprinted to the ring. This was another sort of a anything goes kind of match. And in this case, Kratos and Pope defeated Aaron Stevens and Rodney Mack. I give that about 3 stars. EC3 and Tom Latimer had a match, and it ended up in a no contest, which should have been more like a DQ. I wasn't too impressed with the match, so we won't bother you with the details on that one. But EC3 and Tom Latimer technically went to a no contest. even though it should have been a DQ after the interference of the Control Your Narrative folks. Bully Ray joined the commentary for the next match, which was the NWA a women's title match between Max the Impaler, who won her shot last night, or the night before, to challenge Camille for the NWA Women's Championship. After a good fought match, Camille comes out on top. Camille is still your NWA Women's Champion. Billy Corrigan then, before the main event, after the women's match and before the main event between Trevor Murdoch and Tyrus, had a 10-bell salute for all the wrestlers that had died in 2022. And that was a nice touch. Nobody knew that was going to happen. And then the main event, Trevor Murdoch and Tyrus, NWA World Champion Trevor Murdoch against TV Champion Tyrus. And in a hard-fought match that was your old school inside and outside of the ring, Trevor Murdoch gives Tyrus his first defeat ever in the NWA, and Trevor Murdoch retains the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship. So Trevor Murdoch is still your NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. Overall, I give this match approximately 4 stars. And I give the whole match, the whole show, approximately 6 to 8 out of 10 stars. I'm not sure that it was as good as last night. I'm debating on that. There were some matches that were better than last night and other matches that were not better than last night. But overall, it was still a good show both nights. And they mentioned that NWA 75 next year will be back in St. Louis at the same location. So make your plans now or sign up for the NWA streaming service, which is called NWA All Access on Fight TV. And you can get those details at FITE.tv. $50 a year. It's a great value for your money. And I said $50 a year, not $50 a month. That's going to do it for me. Rusty, I'm out of here. We'll see you next time with another edition of Wrestling with Rusty right here on YouTube and Facebook. And until we meet again, my friends, God bless and happy wrestling, everybody.